Timmy said the last 5 against New York. Ooh, right on him. Collier will go.
Collier hit on the shoulder, and Gary, you mentioned
pitcher
Aramis Ramirez last Friday. He was hit on about the same spot by Javier Vasquez of the Montreal Expos, and we will take a look at it. This is last Friday night. Vasquez against Aramis Ramirez, and Ramirez wasted no time, threw the helmet down, and both benches unloaded. And tonight, on a 1-2 count, obviously a 4-0 lead, and this one looked like it hit him on the back of the left hand. There's Ramirez. Collier's on it first.
Third hit batter by Reed. Looking for the bunt. No play there. The question is, how many games will Ramirez be suspended for throwing that helmet?
Yeah.
Gene Michael here from the Yankees, former skipper, of course, and chief scout for them. He thinks it ought to be 10 games.
That's the exact number when Juan Marichal in 1965. There's the stick. Gene Michael, former manager of the Yankees, general manager of the Yankees, former manager of the Cubs.
Bunted foul by Schmidt.
Juan Marichal hit John Roseboro in 1965. He said Roseboro came too close to him and throwing a ball back to Sandy Koufax, and he split John Roseboro's head open, and everybody thought then that it was a foolish suspension. It should have been much longer. I mean, Marichal actually used the bat, and he missed 2 turns in the rotation.
And Schmidt does not get it done. Bunts 2 foul and then takes a 3rd strike. 2 down.
Second baseman Tony
The decision
Womack.
on Ramirez yet to be made by the National League front office.
Here it is one time, or another time, I suppose. Throwing it at the feet of Vasquez, but throwing a helmet.
Be interesting to see.
Yep, sure will.
I mean, Franco got 3 on the bump, which was really in a pile of people where
that was an umpire, of course, but when you throw a helmet at a player, I mean, you have all of a sudden changed the ground rules.
Yep. 2 down. Collier still on at first. Tony Womack, the leadoff batter. Reed will step off. Womack came into this game 0 for 9 against Rick Reed in his career. He's delivered 2 singles. Continued his hit streak now to 15 games. Womack bringing his average up to 275. Back goes Collier, first base. Collier's got 1 stolen base, only 1 for 3. Rick Reed does a good job of holding base runners on when they get on against him, and there aren't many. Down to third, fair ball, slicing that one. Collier the jump, heading over to third, chasing the ball down. Todd Hundley. Hundley gets it into third, and they got him! Too big a turn by Lou Collier. Todd Hundley to Edgardo Alfonso, and look at the bench. Hundley with that bad arm that still bothers him, questionable as to how well he can throw, and the fans love it.
Collier coming too far around third, and he can't get back in time. Todd Hundley with his first assist from the outfield.
To a Sunday Mets game courtesy of MCI. Congratulations, and be sure to take advantage of MCI's 5 cent per minute Sundays.
That was a huge play by Todd Hundley. Everybody thinking it's maybe a novelty here at Shea, but this is a big play. Hundley throwing the ball right to the third baseman, Edgardo Alfonso, who applies the tag on Lou Collier. You'll see a lot of third base coaches. They'll point to the bag with a runner on at first, ball hit down the line. They'll point to the bag because you don't have the luxury of bringing the runner around the bag and then holding it. Jack Lynn, the third base coach.
Edgardo Alfonso deep to center field, but it'll be hauled in by Turner Ward. About 400 feet away, 1 down.
first baseman John Olerud.
You saw, Timmy, Collier looking at the third base coach for help, and there wasn't any. He didn't know where the ball was.
He's really not supposed to. I mean, that's one of the times that you really go strictly on the judgment of the third base coach. If the third base coach, he's got to make up his mind whether he's going to send you or hold you at the bag. He can't bring you around the bag, because what could happen is what happened. You can do that in right field with a man on first and you're the third base coach. There's the home plate umpire, Bob Davidson, hustling down to make the call.
John Olerud takes it the other way. Al Martin. And Olerud 1 for 3 now, 2 down.
Got to explain that a little further. There is such a difference on a ball hit down the third base line with a man on first as opposed to the right field line with a man on first. Right field line, you can bring the runner around as the third base coach. And the reason you can is that the cutoff man, either the second baseman or first baseman, is never going to throw across the diamond behind the runner.
2 down, nobody on. Todd Hundley, a double his last time up at an RBI. First extra base hit of the year for Todd. Jason Schmidt comes inside to him for ball 1. And that, as Timmy said, will be his first career outfield assist from left field. He also made a nice play on the ball on that carom off the wall.
You're right.
Someone who hasn't played out there, he was perfectly positioned not to let that ball get by him on the carom. Fielded it cleanly and got it in. 2-0 count on Hundley. The 2 away. Mets on top 4-0. We're in the 5th inning. Where he had to make that play. Chops this one foul. We were kidding earlier about going out and taking fly balls and things. Todd does that. Todd will go out, takes a lot of extra fly balls, and did down at Port St. Lucie. Mookie, of course, Mookie Wilson working with Todd a lot on outfield positioning and play. Have a great discussion coming your way. 2 o'clock on Sunday prior to the game from Chicago. Timmy and I had the pleasure of doing another roundtable discussion with the Met coaches. Mookie part of that. And that will air before the game on Sunday at 2 o'clock. I think you'll find it entertaining. I did, listening to the coaches talk about their work and what they do. And part of that, Mookie Wilson and his positioning of outfielders. 3-2 count, 2 down. Ripped right into the glove of Young on the 1-hop, and that will do it. Jason Schmidt retires the Mets in order. Second time he's done that in the ball game, but the Mets got 4 off him in the 3rd, and that's how many they've got on the board. Back after this from the United States Postal Service. Bobby Valentine making the defensive switch right here, and most appropriately so, with Rick Reed pitching and a 4-0 lead. Bernard Gilkey comes into left field, and Todd Hundley will have the rest of the night off, with the Mets, of course, having that doubleheader to play tomorrow in Milwaukee. So Hundley out, but this is a defensive replacement. And Gilkey out there in left. Keith Osick will lead it off. Osick, the starting catcher. Jason Kendall will join us in the bottom half of this inning. The starting catcher usually for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but serving a 3-game suspension that was issued today. Well, actually been issued before. It was appealed, and the decision on the appeal came down today. 1-1 count. Reed, no walks, 4 strikeouts. Pirates have garnered 5 hits off him, have stranded 4. They have not had a runner in scoring position since the 1st inning. As Reed continues to rock on, looking for victory number 11 in this game. Osick singled, hit into a double play. One of 2 big defensive plays for the Mets in the 3rd inning off Keith Osick, when Edgardo Alfonso snared a hard hit ball to his left and turned 2 on it. Pirates do not have an extra base hit. He's gone. Rick Reed, 5 strikeouts, 1 away.
Rick Reed gave Osick a different look on the last 2 pitches. Same location, 2 different pitches. One was a fastball, the other a slider. Usually you say they're crafty left-handers. We have a crafty right-hander tonight.
Turner Ward against him. First ball foul back.
Here we are right here. This is the 1-2 pitch. Just misses with the fastball. And now same spot with a wrinkle. Got him.
Right on the corner.
Yes, sir.
Pratt out to talk with him. Let's take a look at our new Dodge quiz as Todd Pratt heads back. Who was the last Pittsburgh Pirate to collect 200 hits in a season? The last Pirate with a 200-hit season. Our new Dodge quiz. Turner Ward, a sacrifice that is flied out to second base on this one by Erga, the easy play. 2 down.
Bill Madlock, the winner of 4 National League batting
First
titles.
baseman Kevin Young.
He would certainly be in the running for that 200-hit season. Dave Parker won the batting title, I believe, in 1977-78. Funny, when you think of the Pittsburgh Pirates, you think of hitters. When you think of the New York Mets, you think of pitchers.
Pitching. Yeah. 2 down, bases empty. And Kevin Young 0 for 2 in this ball game. 4 for 12 lifetime against Rick Reed. And pops that one up behind the plate. Pratt will not have a play on that. 1-1.
Gary, we talked earlier about the Philadelphia Phillies, now well they've been playing. They have just come up with 2 in the top of the 9th inning, still hitting up in Pittsburgh, and the Phillies over the Expos 3-1. I beg your pardon, over Montreal. Be tough for Pittsburgh to be up in Montreal as the home team, wouldn't it?
Well, it'd be easier for the Phillies to get runs that way, since there wouldn't be anybody out there.
Right.
One ball, 2 strike count.
Kerry Wood still has that shutout in Atlanta, by the way. 3-0 the Cubs and Kerry Wood over Maddox and the Braves.
Strike 3 called. Rick Reed really has it in Cruz right now. He retires the Pirates in order. The Mets lead at 4-zip. Back after this from Dodge. Great to have you with us here at Shea Stadium, where the Mets looking to get out of their losing streak here against Pittsburgh, where they've lost 5 in a row. Bob and Head Dollman thinking maybe they got a shot to do it the way Rick Reed is throwing right now. And a 4-0 lead for New York. Jason Schmidt has walked 1 and struck out 2. Lanny Harris will get his first at bat. And swings and misses as he came on for Butch Husky, who got thrown out in the third period. Oh my God. Oh my God. That season is over. It was still the 3rd inning. Breaking ball missed.
Skate save and he scores. Speaking of Jason Kendall with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it, guys. It's a lot cooler over here than it is in the other.
It's also a lot easier from up here, isn't it?
It's the home booth. It's the home field advantage.
It really is. This is. I'm going to have a miserable 3 days. I need to be out there on the field. This is not going to be fun for me. But
John Franco just went through the same thing with the Mets. A 3-day suspension.
As a matter of fact, I just walked by the Mets general manager, and he said, "This is the penalty box right here. This is where you're going to stay."
It'll be an error. Ramirez at third base on the ground ball by Harris. The Pirates committing their 2nd error of the ball game, and the leadoff batter Harris is on here in the 6th inning.
Ramirez going to his left, and looked like he had a good hop. Ball looked like he squeezed his glove before.
A little too quick, yeah. Yep,
a little too quick. Tell us about the suspension and how it happened and what took place, Jason, if you would. It was L.A., right?
It was in Los Angeles, and this was basically the exact same thing I said yesterday at my hearing in New York, obviously.
You appeal that,
my appeal, yeah, my appeal, and what happened was there was a play at the plate.
By Erga, diving is Ward, Turner Ward. With a great catch, no chance to double it up, but what a play by Ward.
It's an outstanding play right there. And
Gene Lamont saying Turner Ward gets as good a jump as anybody in center field, and he shows it right there. What a fine play by Turner Ward. Go ahead, Jason.
He does, too. I'm behind the plate watching him every night. He does. But no, it was a play at the plate, and Gary Sheffield had come in, and he had he hit me on the back of the head. I would have tipped my hat to him if he would have ran me over and knocked me into the first base dugout. I mean, as a catcher, you expect to take a little bit of beating back there.
Right.
And he ended up coming, and like I said, I would tip my hat to him, but he ended up hitting me on the back of my helmet. I thought it was I thought it was a weak play, and I let him know about it. He didn't hear me the first time, so I let him know about it again. And he didn't like what I said, and he came towards me. And when I was growing up, I was taught to defend myself. If somebody, I wasn't going to walk in the clubhouse right there. So I defended myself, and the rest is basically history. We got in a little bit of a fight, and that was that.
Did Gary get suspended? If so, we haven't read about it.
Yeah, we both had gotten the same thing, and
is that right?
we had both appealed. We both had got 3 days and fined, and we appealed. And you have to wait, obviously, until you come to New York to take your appeal. And I don't think the Dodgers come back until the end of July. So we'll see what happens. But they didn't take any. I was really expecting to have it maybe taken down to 1 or 2 days, but it wasn't, and I guess we got to live with that.
We hear about the hearings as Pratt takes the pitch. I read some comments you made. Apparently not much to the hearing. It was pretty quick. It was
a waste of time. It was a wasted day, and I hope I don't take some heat from saying that, but it was a waste of time. I mean, I went in there and I reviewed the tape. I told just what I told you guys, and I said, this is I'm defending myself. That's what happened. And he said, okay, I'll call Cam Bonifay. Like I said, I was hoping to get some days taken off of the penalty or whatever it was, and basically what happened was the 3 days that he gave me before I appealed, he didn't do anything. I was hoping that I get 2 or 1 games, and he didn't do anything. So basically all that happened was nothing.
Well summed up right there.
All that happened was nothing. And
your hearing was not heard the way you anticipated
was. So I was hoping that the whole thing. I just wanted the whole thing to basically get over with, and it drug on for a month and a half, and what I hoped to get reduced, it didn't happen, and that's that. What can I do? I guess it would have been too easy to tell me that my mind wasn't changing.
Folks, I hope you realize that this young man is second in the National League in hitting with a .335 average, and could very easily be, if things continue to go well for you, only the second catcher to lead the National League in hitting. Ernie Lombardi did it twice. I mean, that's you talk about history.
To be honest, I don't really even look at that. I look at all the stats and stuff. Once the season's over with, my main job.
They only count in October, right?
Exactly. I mean, my main job is to go out and help the Pittsburgh Pirates win baseball games. My goal in baseball is not to be, elected to an All-Star game, not to win the batting title, not to win the hit by pitch title or anything like that. I figured eventually you guys would get around to it, so I figured I might as well bring it up.
Well done.
So my goal is to win a World Series ring, and I want to do anything I can, and anything else to me is just a bonus. And I don't want to really go out of this game without a ring on my finger.
Don't you get tired of getting hit by pitches?
Actually, you know what? Knock on wood, I haven't been hit in about 2 weeks now. So
what are you up to, 15 now or something like that?
21.
21.
21, yeah.
Gosh.
I figured you guys would eventually bring it up, so I as well.
I like that. We like guys who anticipate.
Yeah, right.
Helps us move the interview right along. 0-1 count on Ordonez with 2 down. Ray Ordonez up, runner on at first base. Mets up 4-0. Jason Kendall, starting catcher for the Pirates, serving the first of 3 games suspension, and making the rounds here tonight. And they got him picked off. Throw down to the shortstop. Collier puts the tag on Harris. Jason, we thank you very much for coming by.
Thanks
great
for having
meeting.
me.
Have a great season.
Thank you very much.
Keep continuing it, because we're not going to see you again.
All right, take care.
Good luck.
Thanks, Jason. Thank you very much.
Jason Kendall, our guest here in this half inning. Mets up. Back after this from Budweiser. New York Mets shutting out the Pirates by a score of 4-0 behind Rick Reed's performance. 5 singles. That's all the Pirates have. They've gotten only 2 into scoring position, and that was back in the first inning. Our new Dodge quiz: the last Pittsburgh Pirate to collect 200 hits in a season.
Bill Madlock.
Answer is Dave Parker. In 1977, 215 hits for Parker.
Dave Parker, now the batting instructor for the St. Louis Cardinals.
What? Why would you be? Oh, I see the baby. I didn't see the baby there at first. I was wondering, what are you shooting? Thank you. Appreciate the baby standing up and being accounted for. Jose Guillen digging a well at home plate. Guillen has singled and grounded out in his 2 previous at-bats. Didn't strike oil on that swing, but gave it a good try. See the struggle he has had over the last month. The Pirates pitching that has held them in here and allowed them to have this 4-game win streak they're on right now. Curveball down low, 1 ball 2 strikes. Here you see 6 strikeouts tonight. 5 of them have been called. You know the hitters are being fooled, huh? 1-2 to Guillen. Breaking ball again. Fouled off.
Jose Guillen showing how the game can keep you honest, either as an individual or collectively. The Mets, after the All-Star break, 25-15 at home. One of the better records in the majors. How do you explain it? They have lost 4 of 7, but ahead handily in this game.
1-2 delivery that misses outside. And we remind you, big week coming up for the New York Mets with these doubleheaders. Tomorrow, Pulsifer and Hideo Nomo against Brad Woodall and Bronswell Patrick pitching for Milwaukee. We will have the game on Thursday. Al Leiter and Steve Woodard. Shortstop Ray Ordonez ran up the arm a little bit, but he gets it in time to make the play.
That's what infield instructors say when they try to get middle infielders to play under the hop. When you play under the hop, look at his glove. See, he comes up on everything. Ray Ordonez dragging that glove on the ground, coming up on the hop. A lot of times if the ball stays down, you stab at it. That allows you to play a tricky hop, as Ordonez did then.
That one drilled in the air to right field by Al Martin. It's playable and hauled in by Lenny Harris. 2 down. 0 for 3 for Martin.
Third baseman Aramis Ramirez.
Keeping an eye on that Chicago Cub game now with Maddox against Kerry Wood. Chicago still leading 3-0.
Al Martin didn't get all of it. And Harris hauls it in.
Good play by Lanny Harris. 2 down. Ramirez 0 for 2. Kerry Wood has struck out 11 in that game for the Cubs. They're in the 7th inning. He is second in strikeouts in the league to Curt Schilling, who regained the lead last night. Schilling has got 198 strikeouts. Kerry Wood with 167. And the Cubs leading Greg Maddux and the Braves 3-0 in Atlanta. We will have Wood on our broadcast Sunday from Chicago against Rick Reed. Swung on and missed, and Reed continues to dominate. Second time he has struck out Ramirez. Another 1-2-3 inning. That's 7 in a row. Retired. 7th inning stretch time. Back after this from Cadillac. Young man gets to see Mr. Met heading out there and has got a Mr. Met of his own in his arms. Mets on top 4-0. Fans settle back in after the 7th inning stretch. Jason Schmidt will face Ray Ordonez here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it's there for a strike. Schmidt has walked 1, struck out 3. The big inning. 3rd inning when the Mets got 4 runs on 5 hits off Schmidt. He has settled in since then, allowed only 1 hit and 2 base runners. The other came on an error. But his club's not been able to get any runs for him. Fouled off. Ordonez behind on the count. 0-2. Schmidt 3 losses, 2 no decisions in his last 5 starts, and has not had a win in his last 8 starts. And a tough string for this 25-year-old right-hander. Ordonez in the 0-2 to second Bobby Womack. Ordonez out of there, 1 away.
Pitcher
Rick Reed coming up. He'll get a fine hand, and deservedly so. No walks and 7 strikeouts for Reed, who's allowed 5 singles. Hit a batter. It's the only way they've gotten on. He has retired the last 7 he's faced. He reached on an error and got an RBI in the 3rd inning. Hit into a fielder's choice last at bat. Reed has 1 complete game shutout on the season. 1-0 delivery, and that one's taken up high. 2 balls and no strikes. That'll be quite a duel on Sunday. Rick Reed and Kerry Wood at Wrigley Field.
We'll be on the air from Wrigley Field at 2 o'clock New York time. First pitch at 2:20. I can't wait to see him pitch. I know that.
Yeah,
I don't think you've
seen him either.
Right. So we will all be seeing him for the first time.
Our Nobody Beats the Wiz scoreboard. The Brewers have come back from a 4-1 deficit in that game. Phillies continue to win. There's the Wood-Maddox matchup. Late games tonight. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Reed grounds again to Womack. Reed retired. Our Toyota American League scoreboard. By the way, Albert Bell, playing again for the White Sox in that game, has had another home run for the White Sox, who are leading Toronto tonight and beat them last night. I think. I know he had a home run.
Had a home run last night.
2 down, nobody on. Brian McRae coming up. McRae 0 for 3. Indians beat the White Sox in that game last night 5-4. Bell did have a homer. Two pitchers yesterday, and 2 players rather, Major League Baseball, played after they'd been in court during the day for abuse charges with spousal or significant others. Bell was one of them. Livan Hernandez the other of the Marlins. Pitched last night and lost. Way too much of that showing up by everybody, not just ball players. That one towards right center field, not hit that deep. Ward will get there, and he'll haul it in. And Jason Smith retires the Mets in order. He's got it going pretty good right now, but the Mets have got the lead after 7. Back after this from Nobody Beats the Wiz. 4-0 lead with the Mets on top. And youngsters on hand here on summer night. It's been a beautiful baseball night. They're all getting free rides from Dad here tonight. Hand me the ball, hand me the ball, hand me the ball, Mom, babe, hand me the ball.
Hum baby.
Hum baby. Lou Collier will lead it off. Collier, Schmidt, and Womack at the top of the order. And Reed gets the strike in. Collier, the chopper. This will be a tough play. Ordonez or Alfonso takes it, throws it wild, but will bounce off the facade and should be an infield single. Ricardo Alfonso trying to cut it off, but no chance.
If anybody's going to make this play, it's going to be Ray Ordonez. And Alfonso cutting in front of Ordonez. Ordonez was going to barehand it. So it is an infield hit for Lou Collier. Hit number 6 for Pittsburgh.
Like Piazza, both those players out of the ball game now. Piazza had the sore elbow in the play at the plate last night. Todd Hundley started the game in left field and then came out for a defensive replacement. Bernard Gilkey went in for him after the 5th inning. And the pitch is taken outside for a ball. Steve Beezer is the pinch hitter for Jason Schmidt. So Schmidt done for the night, having worked 7 innings, giving up the 4 runs, 3 earned on 6 hits. Beezer takes it down low. Schmidt walked 1 and struck out 3.
Met fans remember Steve Beezer. Matter of fact, he was with the ball club last year for a good portion of the year, about half the year. Recently called up by Pittsburgh from their AAA affiliate Buffalo.
3 for 6 as a pinch hitter, shows bunt this time and takes it 2-1. Two-one count on Beezer. Pirates trying to get on the board here against Rick Reed. Not on that one. 2-2.
Steve, a great story coming into last spring. He spent 10 years in the minor leagues. Played for Bobby Valentine in AAA ball. And Bobby Valentine taking him to the big leagues, giving him a shot.
Beezer's had only 6 at-bats, all of them coming as a pinch hitter. He's not been in the field yet since being called up. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Beezer. Top of the order, Womack on deck. There's the pitch count on Rick Reed tonight. Continuing that tremendous ratio of ball strikes. Hasn't walked anybody. 2-2. And Beezer foul tipped, held onto by Pratt. 8 strikeouts for Rick Reed. 1 away here in the 8th inning.
Looked like it crowded Beezer, who stands on top of the plate. You can see Pratt sitting up inside, and a foul tip held onto by Todd.
Reed has had a high of 10 strikeouts this year. Came in his 1 complete game shutout against Tampa Bay. Womack, Alfonso, 1, and that will be it. Carlos Baerga getting over to cover. Collier taken out on the forced play. Womack on at first with 2 down.
Catcher
Alfonso making sure of 1. When you have a 4-run lead in the late innings, don't take the chance. You can see right in your picture, Baerga, because he was playing Womack just a shade to pull, it took Carlos a while to get there. And understandably, they only get 1, particularly with Womack running.
League's leading base stealer now on at first with 2 away. Keith Osick, 1 for 3. There goes Womack. Throw down by Pratt. A good one, but not in time. Baerga taking the throw. And Womack will add to his totals. 38 on the year now. He's only been caught 5 times.
No, not 102. 38. It's all right. Todd Pratt with a strong throw down there. Did what he could, but no way to get a guy like Womack when he has a good jump.
102 is the number of stolen bases the Pirates have as a team. Womack the leader, of course, in that department. So Womack in scoring position. That's the first time they've had a runner down there since the first inning. 0-2 count on Osick. 217 hitter. Strike, he got him, he's gone. 9 strikeouts for Rick Reed, who continues this magnificent performance. A shutout going. Bottom of the 8th inning coming up after this from Audi. This copyrighted telecast authorized under television rights granted by Sterling Doubleday Enterprises solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or use of the pitches, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of Sterling Doubleday Enterprises is prohibited. Any commercial or other use of the program, such as by charging admission for its showing, is likewise prohibited.
Jeff Tabaka will be relieving Jason Schmidt. Tabaka off the disabled list in early July. A fractured jaw back in April. Make that May 25th. Jeff, the well-traveled Tabaka, 34 years old, only in his 3rd year. The majors. Left-handers seem to be able to find a job somewhere if they could throw fairly hard, hook up with somebody. Need that perseverance.
And Tobacco will face Edgardo Alfonzo. Olerud and then Gilkey do up for the Mets. Edgardo Alfonzo, big 2 RBI double in the 3rd inning when the Mets got all 4 of the runs off Jason Schmidt, the starter. Tobacco was sidelined with a fractured jaw. That's what kept him out. Reinstated on the 3rd of July. Back in action after a couple of rehab assignments at AAA.
You may remember the story. He got into a fight with Mark Wilkins, his roommate. And Mark Wilkins threw a punch. They were both very sad about it and sympathetic after the fact. But it was over a card game. And it persisted from the plane to the team hotel when they were on the road. And Mark landed the first punch. And Tobacco went down with a broken jaw.
Wilkins is on the DL with a strained right rotator cuff. I don't think that came from the same incident.
I don't believe so.
2-1. He did go around on that. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Funny, they were roommates, good friends, both good guys. And in the heat of the moment, over a card game, commenced to fisticuffs. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often. Guys living together, you know, from every part of the country, out of the country, different cultures, different backgrounds, competitive, and they take that competition into card games or bowling or golf or whatever they play.
Yep. 3 ball, 2 strike count. On leadoff batter Edgardo Alfonzo. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Mets on top 4-0. Fouls that one down the right field line, and Young over will not have a play. This day and age, it's hard for me at least sometimes to believe that there are actually guys who room together anymore in Major League Baseball.
That's the truth.
I mean, most guys have single rooms, and I think clubs ought to do that. I mean, I know how much ball players make and all that, but I'm not sure that's real healthy. That's too much togetherness.
You're right.
There's too little privacy. You end up having a room with somebody on the road in the course of a baseball season.
Yep.
It's too darn long. 3-2 count. And up high, so Tobacco comes on and walks. The first batter faced leadoff man Edgardo Alfonzo on here in the 8th inning. Gene Lamont, his club behind here. 4-0. Fans, Ginsana is the all-natural energizer. Find the energy. Feel your Ginsana. Olerud has picked up a single. See the numbers he has put up career-wise versus Pittsburgh. John started the day with the 8th best batting average in the league. .325. Great on-base percentage, second only to Mark McGwire in on-base percentage, because he is also 5th in the league in walks. Another outstanding offensive season for John Olerud. Franco back off the 3-game suspension he served, available in this game. And that one taken. Ball 2 to John Olerud, and that will bring Osick out to talk to Tobacco. Nobody out, and Olerud up. John has been a great hitter against left-handers, along with all those other numbers. There you see the on-base leaders in the National League. Dominated. The guys who pick up extra base hits: McGwire, Olerud, Sheffield, Bonds, Mickey Morandini.
How about the year Morandini's having with the Cubs, batting .328 coming into today's action. Cubs, by the way, still on top of Atlanta behind Kerry Wood. 3-0 down at Turner Field.
Greg Maddux, the starter for Atlanta, never losing to his former teammates. 7-0 against Chicago, but trailing 3-0 in Atlanta tonight. Olerud, 2-1 count. Look over to first base on the step off. Edgardo Alfonzo goes back to the bag. Dante Bichette continues to lead the National League with a .342 batting average, but Bichette continues to be one of the primary names in any trade discussions. The trading deadline coming at the end of this month. He thinks he's going to be moved. 2-1 count. And Olerud swings through it. 2-2.
So do I.
Hey, everybody does. It's just where what they can get for him.
Yep.
One of the problems too when you get that happening, when everybody knows that the club you're on wants to move you, suddenly it becomes hard to get enough back. Two count on Olerud. And Olerud launches that one to right field. It is deep. Guillen going back on the near the warning track will haul it in. Olerud retired, and back to first on the attempted double play was Edgardo Alfonzo. Juan Gonzalez of the Texas Rangers chasing that great RBI mark. Texas leading Kansas City 15-4 in the 6th inning of their game. Gonzalez has 4 RBIs now, up to 109 for Juan Gonzalez.
Texas will be winning their 4th in a row, while the Anaheim Angels have fallen out of first place.
Wow.
They're a half game behind Texas going into tonight's play.
2 home runs for Gonzalez. Counting for those 4 RBIs, he's got 29 home runs now, tying him for 3rd place. Well, was tying at 4th place now with Rafael Palmeiro. Bell's in 3rd with 30. He's tied Rodriguez. They're piling up the homers. Now Palmeiro's got one tonight for Baltimore too, so he's got 30. Alex Rodriguez, Albert Bell, Rafael Palmeiro, all with 30. Bernard Gilkey getting a turn at bat here. He came on for Todd Hundley as a defensive replacement. Gilkey batting at .231. Fouls that one back. How much the New York Mets will be involved in trades before the end of the month will in large part depend on what happens here in about the next 10 days. Whether they can stay in this wild card race. One would certainly expect they would, but they've got tough road ahead with these doubleheaders.
A lot of games in a few days.
Tobacco with the 0-1 delivered to Gilkey and a towering fly ball to right field. Guillen's got it. So Bernard Gilkey continues his struggle. This is a .283 career hitter in Gilkey, who last year, of course, hit only .249, and this season has seen the average dump below that .240 mark. And his name mentioned often when it comes to player movement. Alfonso still at first. 2 away, Lanny Harris up. Harris came on and reached on an error in the 6th inning. He replaced Butch Husky, who started in right and got heaved in the 3rd inning after he'd been called out on strikes and apparently argued it from the dugout. Bob Davidson didn't like the language used and told him to take a hike, literally, and he did. And that was the end of that. 2 down, 1-0 count on Harris. Tobacco. And Harris retired. Mets gone. No runs, no hits, a base runner left on. We've completed 8. Rick Reed, who has 1 complete game to his credit. We'll see whether or not he's going to get victory number 11, and we'll do it from the bench. Franco's coming on. Back after this from Wendy's.
Another brilliant job by Rick Reed, striking out 9, walking no one. He did hit a batter. So Rick Reed looking to John Franco, and has every reason to smile. That's right. Mets baseball brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. Also by Pizza Hut, the home of the Sicilian pizza. And by Ginkoba. Sharpen your concentration with Ginkoba, the natural supplement. Think better. Think Ginkoba.
John Franco on here, not in a save situation, but obviously he's coming off the 3-game suspension. He has not worked since the 15th. And with all these games coming up, Bobby Valentine wants Franco to be ready to work. He's probably going to need him, hopefully going to need him. So he wants to get him on here in this situation rather than allowing Reed to go after the complete game win, bring Franco on here, and hopefully get a solid inning under his belt. 4-0 lead. Pittsburgh Pirates have been shut out 8 times. The Mets have as a team 12 shutouts. Reed had one of those, the complete game against Tampa Bay. Swung on and missed by Turner Ward, the leadoff batter. 0-for-2 for Ward in a sacrifice. Ward, Young, and Guillen will be coming up. Ward hitting .256 overall in the big month of July. A chopper to second. Baerga looking for the big hop, gets it. 1 down.
Fans, be with us again on Thursday afternoon. A couple of good games on the next road trip here on WWOR. Thursday afternoon, 2 o'clock New York time, when the Mets visit the Milwaukee Brewers. Al Leiter will be going for the Mets, trying to win his 2nd straight game after coming off the DL. And then on Sunday, it'll be Kerry Wood and Rick Reed from Chicago. Our first look at the 20-year-old phenom for the Cubs.
He's still winning tonight over Atlanta and Greg Maddux 3-0. Atlanta batting in the 8th.
11 strikeouts for Wood.
Young launches that one into left field for a base hit, cut off by Bernard Gilkey. First hit for Kevin Young, 1 for 4. You stand Terry Mulholland now is on the mound for Chicago. The line has been up for a while in the 8th inning, but nothing on the board yet. Young on at first base, just the 7th hit. They do not have an extra base hit. 7 singles in this game, and Reed did not walk anybody. Strike to Jose Guillen. He has had a single, 1 for 3. Pirates have stranded only 3 in scoring position in this game. They've left only 5 on base overall.
I think the big stories defensively in the infield. The double play turned by Alfonso for the Mets on the fine play, and then the out that was not gotten by Tony Womack, the 2nd baseman, in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
When the Mets got all 4 of their runs in the 3rd inning. 2 RBIs for Alfonso in the inning, as he had a double. Rick Reed got an RBI reaching on what ultimately became an error, and an RBI by Todd Hundley, who picked up his first extra base hit, a double. Franco swung on and missed Guillen, and he's gone. 2 down.
Left fielder.
Vintage Franco right here. Out of the strike zone. How many times has he done that? A bunch.
That's trying to end their 2-game losing streak. Pirates 4-game win streak on the line. Rick Reed, victory number 11, 1 out away. Ball 1 to Al Martin, who's gone 0 for 3. Jason Schmidt, the starter, would be 8-7. Barring a comeback by the Pirates, Reed would go 11-6. 1-0, really tied him up. 1-1. Last game of the season against Pittsburgh. Mets victory will make them 4-5 on the year against the Pirates. And that's going to be fair. Alfonso, no play, infield single. Martin right off the end of the bat, a real cue shot.
Little squirter down the 3rd baseline. Alfonso trying to make the barehanded play, knowing that would be the only chance to get Martin. By the way, folks, closed captioning of Mets baseball is brought to you by the company you count on wherever life takes you. General Motors, people in motion.
Aramis Ramirez, 2 on, 2 down. 0 for 3, including 2 strikeouts by Ramirez tonight. 2 of the 9 picked up by Rick Reed, 1 shy of his career high set this year against Tampa Bay. Slow start. Pretty good pace since. 228 overall for the 20-year-old. Franco away. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's on to Milwaukee for the doubleheader tomorrow. Bill Pulsiver, Hideo Nomo against Brad Woodall and Ronswell Patrick. One and two. And they'll be coming to their feet at Shea. Ninth inning, 2 on, 2 down, 1-2 delivery. He got him, and it's history. Rick Reed and John Franco combined for the shutout, the 12th of the year for the Mets, as they beat the Pittsburgh Pirates 4-0 and end that 2-game losing streak. Back after this from Nissan. New York Mets won it by a score of 4-0. Reed the winner 11-6. Schmidt the loser 8-7. And our Budweiser play of the game goes to Todd Hundley. His first outfield assist came in the 5th inning. Womack delivered a single. Lou Collier on at first. Going to third, made a big turn and then tried to get back to the bag. Hundley threw to Edgardo Alfonso, and that big play ended the inning. Our Budweiser play of the game.
Certainly helped Rick Reed to his 11th win of the year. His earned run average now 2.74 as he beats Jason Schmidt, whose record is now 8-7. This has been a presentation of WWOR-TV, UPN 9 Sports. For Gary Thorne and all of our folks at WWOR-TV, good evening, everybody.